Okay, so hi, welcome back. We're going to give this another shot and hopefully I can get the video all in one. I selected a different mode on my camera this time, and this one it's narrow and not wide, so the wall's not like all curvy. I got this GoPro like years ago and I've never used it really, so it's all kind of new, but it's pretty cool. The first 3 videos on my channel though, my daughter put them on there. The camera, when they were uploaded to my computer, they broke it apart for whatever reason. I don't know all the technology, but she did the best she could with what I gave her to work with. So that being said, hopefully I set the mode on this one to where it's looping so they all stay together, and I'll try not to make it so long. But today is an actual food savoring day, and this is my leftover episode. It's not going to be very long because I don't have too many leftovers, but it's going to be interesting. So let's get started. Yeah? Okay. First thing, because the cherries tend to thaw out really quick. I'll put stuff up here so we can get to it better. Okay. So, cherries. Black cherries. Not sure if anybody of you are familiar, I'm sure some of you probably are, that they're only in season a certain time of the year. You can probably buy them, anytime, but they're best to get them when they're in season. What I did was I took just a drinking straw, because I didn't want them to all, we're not going to eat this many cherries in one sitting. I'm going to make little cherry tartlets down the road, probably for around Thanksgiving time. But they won't be in season then. So what I did was I took my cherries, I took a straw, regular drinking straw, stuck it through the cherries and pitted each one. It didn't take that long, but it keeps them whole and lovely like that. Put them in a Ziploc baggie. Oh, I'm going to need a towel. Hold on 1 second. Didn't even think about getting a towel. Okay. So there we go. Anyway, put them in a Ziploc baggie this time. Or I don't know if I'm allowed to say the brand. I put them in a baggie. Froze them. We had this conversation last time about how you need to look at that at the end of my roll. We're going to have to go small bag. That's fine. Okay, so you want to make it really long because you're probably not going to use all the cherries at once. And you'll get good at measuring, the length of what you want. That's just it's a personal thing. I can't tell you how long to make the bag for a pound of cherries. Can't do it. Well, I probably could, but I'll never know. Let's see. If you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lengths between the little, I don't know if you can see the little white lines there. 5 lengths is perfect. Take FoodSaver. Oh, you probably should plug it in first. Oh, I thought I was going to be more prepared this time. I think I'm actually a little bit more prepared, but we'll see. You want to seal it. Okay, so let's get her sealed up here. Put your bag just on the seal line. It doesn't have to go into the tray or anything. And if you have like a newer model, you just hit seal. It doesn't make any noise. This towel, I have to get a different towel. Okay, we're going to go green. Let's go green today. Okay, so you wait for it to seal. The lights go off when it's done sealing. Okay? Then to open it, you have to release it. You can't just lift up the lid. Whoa! You have a bag. Open her right up. Now, with the longer bags, you probably want to fold it over a little bit just to get all your goods in there. This is so fun. I could do this all day long. Okay, so just take your cherries. I'm doing the cherries first because they thaw out really quickly. You want them to be frozen so they don't get all smashed up. You want them to stay whole. So when you go to make cherry pie, cherry tartlets, cherry whatever, you got it. Also, these make really good toppings on waffles, Belgian waffles. Just saying. Let it down gently. Okay. Probably don't want to reuse this. I'm sure if you're a penny pincher like I am, you can rinse it out and reuse it, but I probably won't be reusing that one. All right. Cherries. Settle them down because you want to have a lot of room so that when you cut off the top, take out what you want, you can reseal it. Okay? Put it in your FoodSaver. I hope I have it on the right setting for the view too. I put it on narrow instead of wide. I don't know. I'm trying to entertain and save a minute at the same time like that. Okay. Oh, then you just vacuum seal. Takes a little while because the bag's so long. There you go. Love it. That's the sound of awesomeness. It is kind of loud. My kids know when I'm doing the video running like forever. Okay, so the lights are still lit up, ceiling now, and when all the lights go off, you know that it's done, and you can throw them in the freezer. Lights went off. Open. Now, your cherries are completely whole. Look at that, that's beautiful. And frozen. They break apart real easily when you want to use them, so if you want to make a smoothie, you can just break off, when you open the bag, you can break off just a handful of them, and then just reseal it, freeze it, put it back in your freezer. That's Frozen Cherries 101. Awesome. And I think these are the Washington cherries, so we don't mess around. Okay, the next thing, this is so great. My son is a huge, huge hot wing fan. But not just any hot wings, they have to be hot wings from a restaurant that he thoroughly loves. And right now his favorite is Henry's at the Harbor here in McKinney, Texas. It was Native. It used to be called Native New Yorker, but now it's just Native in Arizona. They don't have one out here, so we had to find him another place. So we found Harry's on the Harbor, and it's actually a cute little restaurant on a lake, which is pretty cool. It's right up the street. There's lakes all around my house. It's awesome. So like I said, I don't have any. I would probably be using a bigger bag, but I only have just a little bit. These are always great too. So what you're going to do is you're going to take all your leftover hot wings that you put in the freezer in a bag. See? We did these are all from the same time. These are like 3 different trips. And he doesn't eat them all. So I'm like, well, we're just going to keep them. We're not going to throw them out. That's silly. Make a really long bag for these. I'm thinking you can usually measure out if you leave your item on the bag itself. You can lay them out. And since we have to use the long skinny bags, I'm going to go, this is going to be a long one. I'm going to go about this long, because we're not going to eat them all in one sitting. And it's okay if it's too long. I mean, you can always trim it off. So, this one I use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's all good. Then take it, we're going to seal it up. Alright, my counter's all wet, so my bag's not going to stick to it. There we go. And seal. And then while that's sealing, come over here. Get your wings ready to dump into the bag. You want to catch them before they get freezer burnt. You do not want your food to get freezer burnt. Your leftover. Look at the size of these suckers. Those things are gigantic. They're jumbo hot wings. And oh, are they so tasty. So anyway, that's why you don't want to ever waste them. Okay, open it up. And we're going to dump them in. Now, if the bag's too long, you can trim it later, but I don't really care. Alright, this one I probably should fold it down, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to stick the whole bag in the opening of the FoodSaver bag and dump away. There we go. Normally it works. Woo! Okay, there's one bag of already cooked, already seasoned, awesome hot wings. Probably gonna have to trim this. I think I might cut it a little too long, but that's okay. Longer's better than not long enough. Alright, yes, we are going to trim that. I'm going to trim it down about 1 length so I don't waste too much. That is, I can't even begin to tell you people how great this is. Okay, so well, I can begin to tell you because that's what I'm doing. You want to, now what you can do is you can flatten them out. If it's going to be one portion, you can flatten them out so that they stack nice, like a nice flat package in your freezer. But this won't be one portion for us. It'll probably turn out to be, I don't know, two or three times for one person or twice for the 4 of us. Different cap, but in the same spot. And we're done. Okie dokie. I need music. I think I need music for the background. I don't know what kind of music. Alrighty, open her up. And you got hot. And you can, like I said, you can take a Sharpie and label all your stuff. But obviously, I think when you pull these out of the freezer, you're going to go, I think those are hot wings. Yeah, already cooked, because if they were raw, they'd be pink. So, setting them over there with the cherries. I already know that those are cherries, and they kind of look like black olives. So if you're into freezing black olives, hey, you might want to mark it. Okay, so what I did was with my pumpkin puree, I told you in the last episode, I tried to keep this all from getting too frosty so you can see what's in there. Pumpkin puree, it's homemade because I love to make homemade pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving. And my kids like the pumpkin pielets. I wouldn't call it tartlet like the cherry tartlets because it's not a tart, but I just put the pie crust dough into a muffin tin, push it down, and then fill it with my pumpkin pie mixture. This is just the pumpkin puree though. This is not the pumpkin pie mixture, which I'll make at a later date. But the thing is, the pumpkins are in season and harvested in October. And I'm not going to make a pie until the end of November. So, yeah. What you're going to do is you're going to make your pumpkin puree however you do it. I take these pie pumpkins, cut them in half, rub some olive oil all over them, upside down, the halves upside down in the oven, roast them off. I think at about 425 for about 45, just until they're soft. And then you just mash them up. Take the seed, obviously take the seeds out and everything first, but mash them up. And then I put it into a FoodSaver bag. For this one, let's see, nope. Not big enough. This one will probably be good for maybe a half pound of hamburger meat. Here we go. It's going to have to be a little longer, but it's all good. No big deal. About right there. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make it just the length I need it because I'm going to use my pumpkin puree all at once. It makes a lot of pumpkin mix, but I will FoodSaver the pumpkin mix as a pumpkin mix if I don't use all of the pumpkin puree. So that's a whole other thing. You can just FoodSaver anything. And I found it doesn't even have to be food. It's awesome. Like when you're going camping and you want things to stay dry. Hello. So we're sealing. And then I only have one more thing after this. So like I said, it's going to be a short video, but it's just awesome. It's amazing. I love to be able to share all these little things with everybody. Okay, open up. Now, it's probably all frozen and stuck to the bag, so what we're going to do is we're going to open the bag and then just cut it off, cut the plastic off of the pumpkin. Okay, so I'll just kind of get in there, rip it open. Alright. Now, I never said food savoring is going to be like a clean thing, clean little job. So, be prepared to get your hands a little dirty, but always have, a towel sitting around. You can get your towel a little damp if you want. Alright. Take your luscious, yummy, I did wash my hands before I started this whole thing. That's always a given. Ew. It's all slimy. Alright, just take it, slide it in there. That's the cool thing about the gallons of bags because, or bags, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. Everything will fit into one of the smallest bags. Okay, let's just clean up a little bit of this pumpkin. It's making a mess. That stuff is messy. Okay, there you go. But it won't be when I have to work with it because I'll just thaw it out in the bag and then dump it into my bowl and never have to touch it again. So, pumpkin puree, FoodSaver right up. Like I said, we'll do other episodes where there's where I'm cooking recipes that are food saverable, where you can actually see how to make something. These are just the beginning videos right now. Can use Tupperware, plasticware to freeze your stuff until you're ready to food saver it, and then just wash them and put them in the dishwasher or whatever. You don't have to be wasteful with, the bags. It goes either way in my house. I do both. Open it right up. Once again, I'm not going to need to mark my bag with the Sharpie marker, but you can. Sharpies are awesome because you can write right on the plastic. Of course, on the smooth side, you can write on the rough side too, but just right up there, pumpkin puree. I'm sure you can see that that's what that is. Yummy, yum. It's so sweet. You can almost use it as a side too when you're like having dinner. You can have mashed pumpkin potatoes, if that makes any sense. Okay. Oh, one of my favorites. My family loves homemade guacamole. And I don't know if any of you have ever made it. You probably have, and you find that if it's in the fridge for too long, even 2 days, it'll start to get a little brown on the top, start looking funky. Like, it still tastes good and it's fine to eat it. I just got pumpkin on my forehead. It's still fine to eat it, but it's not appealing. You can't serve it like that if you're having a party or whatever. Just put it in a bag or plasticware, whatever you desire. Or you can put it in the FoodSaver bag, freeze it in the FoodSaver bag, and then you're not wasting plastic. I just kind of didn't feel like making bags at that moment, so I just threw everything in a Ziploc. No big deal. We're gonna take our guacamole and we are gonna use it all at once. Let's see if that little bad boy will fit right there. Oh yeah. So we don't need very much. We're gonna go about right here. You don't always have to cut on the lines that are on the paper. Those are just a guide, general guide. But you can. That's why I love just the basic FoodSaver, because you can do just about any size you want. It doesn't spit out the paper for you like some of them do, which is fine. I'm not saying. Okay, so see how I did that? I measured it. It's gonna fit just right. There's usually it's only gonna be like about that big when you seal it. If you conserve when you seal, you don't have to. I mean, if there's nowhere to put it properly, it's just gotta be over the melting bar. That's all that matters. So we're gonna seal, and that's gonna be the last thing on this episode. So, which is good because I'm really thinking that the rain right now, because it's like the major dumping rain for like past few days, is not fun for the hair. That's why I usually wear a hat. In most of my videos, you'll probably see me wearing a hat. It's just, crazy humidity. Okay, so I'm just going to cut the top off here just to save time. Open up my guacamole. Kind of release it from the baggie here a little bit, like a push-up pop. Hey, push-up pop, guacamole, push-up pop. So walk around, Eat your guac. Oh my God, that's so good. Anyway, you can see it's not brown because I put it in the freezer before it could turn brown. Take the baggie out, put it in your trash pile, discard pile. Seal it up, it's already frozen. So we're good. The next one I'll show you all the meat that I did. I froze it in the FoodSaver bags, not Ziploc bags. Vacuum sealed. We're done. Right there, so they're always handy. Your scissors, if they're not dirty, you can wipe them off. Put them in the drawer, right where you keep your bags. All right. Oh, didn't mean to slim her down. Let's just wipe off the top, just for cleanliness. I'm kind of weird. It's not a whole big batch. My family already ate some before I FoodSavered it, but this will go along great when we have taco night, or burritos, or enchiladas, or tostadas, or taquitos, or we do just like, I think anything Mexican food wise, guacamole is always a must. So this will be good for a topping, just a spoonful or two and you're good to go. So what we did today, already cooked chicken wings, already made guacamole. I already roasted pumpkins for pumpkin pie or whatever you want to make. And in season, delicious sweet black cherries pitted. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this episode. This one hopefully will not break up and it'll come out right. It wasn't extremely too long and boring, but I got to figure out a way to get some background music going on in here. So, and I hope the narrow thing worked. Oh look, my little Halloween decorations. Happy Halloween! So it's a favorite in our house. So happy Halloween if I don't put a video up until then. And well, happy food savoring. Thanks for watching.